Hello, from wherever you're watching from, I'm very glad you're watching. My name is David Oriokot. I'm a journalist by profession, a literature scholar, historian, and I'm a motivation speaker. I'll be talking you through a number of things that I think personally are the reason why Africa is not growing to the level we expect it to be. Why is Africa not growing financially? Why is our economy still dwindling? For you to get the best of knowledge from these videos, I request you to follow the entire series and then watch the entire video and listen to me very, very carefully. Hit that subscribe button down there and then also hit the like button and then that small notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you're able to follow me. Today, I want to talk to you about religion. Africans are so drunk in religion. What is religion to you? There is a very famous scholar in the names of Karl Marx who once said religion is the opium of human life. To me, religion is the greatest form of mental imprisonment. It is the greatest form of mental slavery. Africans have been lied to think that religion is God. These two things are very, very different and peculiar from each other. Religion is not God. Africa has had God way before religion came to Africa. Religion is nothing other than a mode of social control. Yes, anyone can control you in any way they want, and that is what religion is all about. I'll give you a very good example. In many African traditions, before we were introduced to these foreign religions, we knew that if you steal, you will be bewitched. So the thing is, you feared to steal because you knew you would be bewitched and you will die. That is religion. There is no difference between that kind of religion and the religion we practice today. There is no difference between the fear that it's instilled in you by the traditional religion that if you steal, you'll be bewitched and you will die, compared to Christianity, say for example. In Christianity, we believe if you steal, you are sinning and you will not go to heaven. So you're threatened from stealing because you think you won't go to heaven. In Islam, for example, they say if you kill, you won't go to Jannah. So a Muslim brother and a Muslim sister will not kill because they fear they will not go to Jannah. So that is what religion is all about. You can still understand God without being so drunk in religion, without being so sucked up in religion. Literature books and history books have suggested that religion actually was not intended for the good cause of Africa. Religion is the highest level of mental slavery that the colonizers introduced to Africa. I don't mind whether you believe me or you don't, but this is what I'm going to say to you. Religion was designed by the various colonizers to achieve their interests in Africa. And there is only one interest that the white man has had in Africa, that the Asian has had in Africa. That is to make Africa a trampoline ground for economic gains. They want Africa to provide all the necessary raw materials. They want Africa to provide the market. And to do that, they needed to create allies. The best way to create an ally is to go via religion. I wonder today in Africa, there are so many people who are languishing in poverty, very serious poverty, and then they find comfort in the churches. I come from Uganda and I know how many women, how many youth, how many men spend sleepless nights praying the whole night and all shouting fire, fire, fire. My brother and sister, shouting fire, fire, fire is not going to change the situation in your home. Shouting fire, fire without working is not going to bring a miracle to your plate. We are only copying this religion from our predecessors who are the colonial masters. For them, they had a reason for introducing the religion, and that was to soften our hearts, get hold of us, exploit our minerals, exploit our natural resources, enslave us, and then they tell us, oh, it is godly to love your brother the way you love yourself. I want to urge you, my brother and sister, to clearly understand the difference between God and religion and stop spending sleepless nights in overnight prayers thinking that God is going to make a miracle. God will make a miracle when you pray to Him and then put yourself to work. Don't pray. Don't just pray and shout fire, fire, fire. And then you sit and you expect God to make a miracle. The people who are telling you to shout fire are driving Land Cruiser sicknesses. The people who are telling you to shout fire are driving cross countries. What are you driving? You've been praying in this church for the past 15 years. The pastor in this church has changed cars more than 17 times, more than 10 times, more than 5 times. What have you achieved? So I am simply saying, if you need to break through financially, stop going to church and you shout fire, 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 and it ends there. Go to church, pray for 2 hours, get to work. The pastors you're shouting fire, fire with have multi-dollar accounts. They have millions in their bank accounts. They have farms. They have Land Cruisers. They have cross countries. They have Pajeros. What do you have? You who is shouting fire. I'm going to urge you to practice meaningful faith. I am not saying don't be faithful. But then again, I think I love my Muslim brothers and sisters. They go to the mosque, pray, and then they get to work. These guys are really hardworking, which is not the case, I'm sorry, to most of the Christian fraternity. We believe God will bring a miracle, but I don't know whether you believe or you don't. But I can assure you, these are no longer the days of Abraham and Jacob, where God will come physical and say, hey, dude, you know what? You're going to get a white horse, and then you're going to ride to Jerusalem, and then you're going to do this. If that is true. The colonial masters came to Africa and found Africa alive. That meant there was God somewhere, somehow in Africa. If there was no God in Africa before them coming, then they wouldn't have found anyone here. I urge you, my brothers and sisters, think twice and shine your eyes and then begin to practice meaningful religion. Be faithful to God, but get to work. No one's going to give you free bread. Religion is only giving you false hope. Religion is a mode of social control that they are controlling your mind. Even where you're hopeless, they make you, oh, you know, God is going to do a miracle. And today, all around Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, South Africa, everywhere, pastors are stage managing miracles because they know that is what you want. And I can assure you, the more you dig deep into religion, the more you get more stupid. I don't see anything sensible in a man who is looking for a job and he goes to a pastor to pray for a miracle, and the pastor honorably says, you need to sow a seed to see a miracle. Let's be honest. I don't have money in my pocket. That's why I'm coming to you for prayers. And then now you're telling me I need to sow a seed to receive a miracle. Ain't you being stupid? I honestly think you're being very stupid. The same ability your pastor has, the same ability the priest has to pray for you, is the same ability you have to pray straight away to God. And you're moving from church to church looking for miracles. Brother and sister, you're looking for confusion, you're looking for stupidity, you're going to die in absolute poverty. Because every church that you go to, every pastor that you go to has his strategy of pulling the money from you. It is about pulling the money from your pocket. I can assure you, I went to a church here in Kampala and I was disappointed. I went for an overnight prayers that began at about 8 p.m. till 6 in the morning. How many hours are those? The mathematicians will calculate it. But I can assure you, for all that time, I think we only prayed for 3 hours. Ask me, what were we doing during the rest of the hours? It was giving. We were giving. Oh, you know, the church needs a better music system. And then, you know, we need this line array system. And we need to do this and this. We need $600,000. And the basket comes. We take the money. And then, we don't come to God like slaves. We don't come to God in grief. We come to God in thanksgiving. The baskets pass again. And it's time to give thanksgiving to God. Oh, and then, you know, the Bible tells us it's a good thing to tithe. And then the baskets come again, we tithe. So, 70% of the time that we spent in an overnight prayer was basically giving. And then 30% was prayer time. Why don't you pray at home? And why don't you get your tithe? If you have a tithe, why don't you get your money and give to the needy who are walking on the roads? Give to the needy who are sleeping on the streets. Give to the needy who don't have what to eat. I think that is more honorable, and that will take Africa a distance ahead. But we all gather at the church, bring our money, hard-earned money, and then give to the priest, give to the pastor, and we are told we are giving it to God. I am sorry for the priests and church leaders, but you are not God. Tell people the truth and open their eyes. Let's learn to support each other, and probably we can make Africa a better place. I would personally think, what do you think? Instead of collecting tithes at church, why don't we register all the church members and say, okay, this Sunday we're making the collections, and the collections are going to John, the collections are going to Bash, the collections are going to Sam, the collections are going to David. How many Sundays would we need, for example, to get every church member having a stable financial position? But we have been told the money goes to God. I don't know whether God drives a Land Cruiser. I don't know whether God sleeps in these executive flats that the pastors, the church leaders, and the priests are sleeping in. But my brother, think twice. Religion is the highest form of mental slavery. Believe in God, pray to God, and God will bless you. I hope it's been a nice day. Please, if you like this video, click the subscribe button and then also hit that small bell, because in the next episode, I'll be talking to you about our education system and how it's killing us. Bye-bye. Till then.